First at 5, a growing movement to stop sex trafficking in Hawaii's tourism industry and help victims find a way out.
With the Epstein files drawing widespread attention, our Mahealani Richardson says state lawmakers are considering bills to mandate awareness training.
The tourism industry may typically promote a carefree Hawaii vacation in paradise, but Rosanna Mayetta, CEO and president of the American Hotel and Lodging Association, is in the islands, speaking out against sex trafficking in all hotels and short-term rentals. Its foundation provides free training in a campaign called No Room for Trafficking.
Human trafficking is a horrific crime, and we have an opportunity and a responsibility to help stop it.
Children being sold for sex is happening every single day across our state on every single island.
What has the Epstein files done for awareness of this really terrible issue?
It shined the light on the fact that this happens across the United States, that American children are bought and sold by very rich, powerful people.
Advocates say 2 decades ago, sex trafficking was something the visitor industry refused to talk about. Now, all branded hotels have awareness programs, and leaders are pushing for mandatory training.
AHLA and Ho'ola Napua, which provides prevention training and care for exploited children, is supporting companion bills in the legislature, mandating the state attorney general develop a human trafficking awareness program to educate and train workers in transient accommodations and require industry employers to provide that training with procedures for reporting.
What we don't want to do is have a housekeeper get into harm's way by calling attention. Instead, it teaches them very specifically, here's what to look for, and if you see this, here's who to go talk to.
If you have a pimp or the person who's selling the youth, they will have rented the hotel room or they rented under another person's name, and they'll have multiple people coming and going.
Ho'ola Napua says its partnership in a 2017 Hawaii 5-0 episode on child sex trafficking created groundbreaking awareness of the issue. And together with the visitor industry, they're continuing to shine a spotlight. Reporting from Waikiki, Mahealani Richardson, Hawaii News Now.